It is Wednesday night. You know what that means. The Comics Pals are live with another week of Pals Pulls. All four of us are here to talk about all four of the books that we're going to be reviewing today. As you guys join in on Twitch, make sure you say hello. As I show you the books that we're going to be reading, we've got Batman Killing Time #1, that new Tom King.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got that new Tom King smell. You getting that?
Does.
You getting that whiff?
Dude. I mean, you've got COVID, so I'm not sure you can smell anything, but
is that commentary? Okay, we'll wait to find out.
We've got Nice House on the Lake #7, The Return.
Don't smell that one. There's a lot of rats on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten the other
don't
cover.
Smell the best.
I saw something on this cover that made me pick it up. I don't know what it was,
The fridge?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Strange
Simple
#1.
Simple Man.
Oh, can't imagine why he picked that one up.
Come on, look at this. Look at this cover, please.
He follows up that thinly veiled joke with a J. Scott Campbell variant. Is that what that is?
Oh, is that?
Yes.
Wow.
Come on.
Come on. Can you put that closer?
Yourself.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That might be the best J. Scott Campbell I've seen in a while.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, love it.
That might be the most tame J. Scott Campbell I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And we've got Rogue Sun #1, which is connected to the Radiant, Jazz, all that good stuff. All right, so before we get into the reviews, definitely want to let you guys know that if you enjoy what you hear today, the way you can help us out is by heading on over to twitch.tv/The Comics Pals and following us for free. Subscribe if you would be so inclined. We always appreciate that. youtube.com/The Comics Pals. Subscribe to our channel for free. Like the video. That's super important. Like the video if you enjoy it. Share the content with your friends. Leave us a comment. Interact with us however you choose. Join our Discord server. Today we had a huge conversation about adaptations and why they suck or why they're good, depending on how you feel about them. So we're always having great conversations. If you want to partake, make sure that you join us over there. And I neglected to mention this earlier, but on Twitch, we do go live every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. for this very show, Pals Pulls, and Saturdays at 10 in the morning Eastern for the main show, The Comics Pals. Now, we will have a Batman review, The Batman. That review will be out on Monday. I will be seeing it tomorrow. I'm super excited. Can't wait for that. So tune into that and tune into the main show on Monday if you don't catch us live. Let's talk about Batman. Batman Killing Time, that is. I feel like I'm killing time until tomorrow night. This is by Tom King with unbelievable art. We're going to talk about this art. Unbelievable art by David Marquez. There are some moments. Let's just say that. We also had who else? Colors, yes, by Alejandro Sanchez, and letters by Clayton Cowles. So a great creative team overall. This is as basic a Tom King story as I've read in years, which is not a bad thing.
Basic a Batman story as anybody's read in years.
Go ahead.
So like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's funny you say that it's like a basic Tom King story. This feels like, his safe place on like starting a story, disjointed timelines. This is how we set up the grand mystery of it all. This is just like his tropes thrown in here.
Right. Yeah. So I am on record as thinking that Tom King's run on Batman proper was uneven. And I kind of was sour on seeing more of him. Batcat's been all right, but it's not the best. This was good. I enjoyed this. I had fun with it. It was, again, very basic, but that's what I wanted, actually. I didn't really want anything that was going to be too crazy. I didn't want anything that was going to be Batcat-centric, just like a regular old Batman story. And as of right now, that feels like what this is.
Yeah.
I would say 75% of the way through this book, I was like, I'm not really feeling the story mechanism here of all the different time periods and like this happened before, this happened after. And it's kind of in and out time wise on the book. It
Mm.
reminded me of that last season of Arrested Development.
Yeah,
Where,
yeah, you're right.
which I didn't care much for that storytelling mechanism either. Where I kind of had to do the work for myself. I got it by the end. Like I got what it was going for. But I hope this is just a first issue gimmick. You know.
Yeah, by the end for me, the time thing mostly was just something I sort of ignored.
Yeah.
For the events of the issue, because other than like very obvious parts, it didn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that I mentioned the word time and that killing time is in the title, I feel like this might be the gimmick for the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going forward,
At this point, yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about it a little bit. Of course, on this show we go full spoilers. Although really, like, there's not that much to even spoil here.
Batman book.
Some of Batman's villains, Killer Croc, Riddler, Penguin, and Catwoman, have teamed up to do a heist, and they're stealing something that is more than money, but we don't know exactly what it is. Although they have a lot of money now that they've done this heist. That the answer to that, I assume, will be something that we get later. In the midst of that, we see a great fight between Killer Croc and Batman. It feels like it might be their first one. I don't know if you guys felt like that too.
First
But
interaction?
The way that Croc says that Batman is small made it seem to me like he had never seen him before.
Interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wasn't getting that. Yeah, I know. I was getting that this is a out of time thing where everyone's understood. Killer Croc's just is a dumb dude. Like he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. But
Well, he says everyone talks about you like you're so big, the big man, the big bat. But look at you up close. Just look, you're tiny.
Yo, Harris, have fun seeing Batman.
Oh,
Sorry.
is he seeing it today?
Now he says he just popped in.
Oh, nice, dude. Awesome.
I can see what you mean by that. Yeah, I had assumed, I guess, just because I don't know where this stands in continuity, that they'd met and he was just being sort of, threatening and menacing and whatnot.
Yeah, even showing off his machismo or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I think it worked. I think those battle sequences, those fight sequences, worked for like the pace of the book and the action of it. And the concept of it being a heist was fun because that feels like he has to solve the mystery, right? And I did very much enjoy that aspect of it. It was a good start.
The heist aspect of it. Yeah,
I love a good heist in everything.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting like a little bit of a like a villain-esque Baby Driver feel from this too,
Yeah.
which I was really liking.
Baby
I think-
Driver. Wow.
Have you
Love
seen
that film.
Sean?
I never seen it.
Good.
Great film.
It's like
Excellent.
good
Great
Jamie
film.
Foxx too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Boss Baby.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my god.
This
Hey,
is
do you-
actually about Boss Baby's driver.
Really?
Well-known fact. Yeah. So the thing about the heist, the thing that makes it feel really heisty are the captions.
Hmm.
And the frequent back and forth in time really helps catapult that and move it along and keeps it clicking. But by the end of the issue, especially at the end when Commissioner Gordon actually gets involved or whatever, Batman walks up to him and the whole page is captions and then their conversation. I was checked out. I was like, I cannot do both of these.
When they were explaining the what is the mystery of the item, and it went back in time to 405 BC, that's where I checked out for a hot second. I was like, okay, do I need to know this? I guess to build the drama. I don't know.
It's funny because when I think of heist, I think of kind of a pulpiness to it too.
Yeah.
That I get. And then he literally makes the Pulp Fiction thing where you see this,
Yeah.
this MacGuffin that the villains have, and you don't know what it is. You don't know if they'll ever actually tell you. This is a real pulpy Batman book, which I don't think it was very wasn't really marketed as. I don't really when I think of David Marquez, I don't think of a pulp style book. A pulp style heist book is not what I expect. It's not to say it's a bad thing. I by the end of the issue, I was like, fuck, it's Marquez. I can't not like it. You know?
Right.
Well, you know what? From now on, when I think of David Marquez, I'm thinking of this. Look at that. Look
Yeah.
at
Tennis.
Catwoman.
Saw that
Sean
coming.
woke up.
Oh my God.
Bricked out of his mind today. Just
Dude.
your variant choices,
Uh,
your favorite parts
wanna-
of this book.
you want to talk about variants? You guys hold on 1 second. You vamp. I'll be right back.
Oh no, yo!
I thought-
All right.
to get the
How
book
much
already.
fur is going to be on whatever he's about to show us?
He's gonna
The
show
book?
us his Marvel Tigra action figure.
Look at this.
Oh, hello.
Yo,
Was that a Ron V
Is that
book?
that's Gil
No,
March, isn't
this
it?
is Teeny Howard.
Okay.
Unreal. I'm holding up Catwoman.
Yeah, dude, this is a podcast, dude.
39. I'm holding up Catwoman 39, and it is Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman outfit, and she's like, I mean, she's bent over like a bed of diamonds. It's
Yo.
amazing.
You blushing,
Boner
Sean.
variant, Murphy says.
Harris is sending you to Horny Joe, Sean.
Yeah, it's the.
Don't talk to me about that, Harris. I know about you. I know a lot of things about you. You keep it shut.
Yeah, you got the 1 in 69 variant there.
He's hoping to get that 1 in 69.
That's the clip right there.
All right.
Anyway, the art's phenomenal for more reasons than just Catwoman. In fact, there are
Well,
a lot
do you
of.
mind-
Go ahead.
Do you mind if I speak about Catwoman, specifically the tennis scene, which normally boring ass scene, I feel like, especially in a heist Batman book. But the way that Marquez draws a tennis ball in motion, it's kind of got like a manga feel to it, where there's almost like this drop shadow. It breaks through all the paneling. It has a blur to it. It was really good. Isn't there like a famous tennis manga that I've seen on?
Prince of
somewhere?
Tennis.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a few, but it's the one that comes to
I
mind
was
right
like,
now.
oh, okay, cool.
I think that is the big one, though.
That's the big one. That's an older one too, I believe. Yeah.
See, Sean, I thought you were going to call out the classic, Tom King 9-panel grid page. Thought you were going to call that one out because like that one's pretty good too. Like all the sequences, you can't see it that well right now, but
Why? Because it's on a screen, Marco.
it's my light setup.
Listen, bro, if you thought that I was going to hold up any other page, you clearly don't know me that well. Go ahead.
Did Penguin die?
No.
No. I didn't-
You gonna get beat by an umbrella and die?
46 times?
Tell that to all the Penguin victims.
That fucking umbrella died after being beaten by the penguin 46 times. Are you kidding me?
He's knocking him over the head. I'm like, holy shit.
I think the worst thing is getting your shit rocked by the Riddler. Like, that's embarrassing.
Speaking
Come
of
on.
which, I really like Tom King's version of the Riddler. He's kind of a more like suave, good-looking guy who has these fits of rage rather than just like a straight-up nerd. I really like that. And it adds a dimension to the Riddler we've not quite seen before. It actually reminds me of the animated series in a weird way. I don't know if you guys feel like that. But
John Glover. Yeah.
yeah, I thought this was good. I enjoyed it. It's not a revelation, but if you feel alienated by Tom King's more heady work, I think this is a more down-to-earth story that you can sink your teeth into with some phenomenal art. Like, everyone involved in this project is one of the best at what they do, including Tom. So how can you not recommend a book like that if it's good? And I think it's good.
I wonder if in a way this is Tom King trying to redo his Batman run to be more accessible and liked. Like I'm out there saying I've really enjoyed his Batman run. I think it is one of the more interesting runs in the past long while. It's a very slow down and cerebral take on Bruce Wayne. But this is just like good old fashioned Batman in Rogues Gallery. It's a lot more accessible, I think, as a Batman book, which almost
Fun
seemed
romp.
deliberate in a way. It's like, all right, I'll give you what you wanted the first time, you know?
Pull it.
Yeah, pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
got
it's-
all the makings of a great pull. Yeah, absolutely.
If you're a continuity nerd, I don't know where this sits. It's not a Black Label book. It's just one of those DC books that they're just like it exists. Like have fun with it. Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought that up. That's so silly. This should absolutely be a Black Label book because
Marquez doesn't want to draw on that format. That's too square for him.
just slap the fucking Black Label. Nice House's Black Label. You know, like Black Label
Got
can be
you.
anything.
Got him.
That's fair. That's fair.
Come on, DC. Speaking of Nice House, let's talk about Nice House on the Lake number 7. So this book was actually on hiatus for a few months. It was maybe like 4 months?
3, 4?
3, 4 months.
Really?
Not
I
too
thought
much.
we were ready at like beginning or very tail end of November. I guess that tracks actually then.
That's 3 or 4 months.
I don't understand. I don't understand the passage of time apparently. So.
Fair enough. Well, it's the return. It didn't feel like as long of a wait as we thought it would. I at least feel like I was wrong to criticize it as harshly as I did for taking the hiatus, especially because at the time we didn't know how long it was going to be. So, whatever. But I will say this, for a book that is so much about the granular nature of the relationships, I definitely came into this like, whoa, who's who, what's what, why do you feel this way, what? This whole issue, even though I liked it and it was my pick of the week, I was like, what? Who the fuck is anyone?
Oh, interesting, because the trade also came out this week, so I got to catch up.
Oh, yeah?
And getting to read the whole thing at once and then go into this is also a wildly incredible feeling.
I bet.
It felt great.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go. I was very jarred. I was like, what? First of all, I had trouble remembering who was who previously before all this.
Mhm.
And they throw you into this in media res, and they're like, I think you're not supposed to really know what happened because it's just like, wait, no. I thought I was up to speed here. The dynamics have changed. People don't know
Have they?
things.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Well, we
Yeah.
saw them getting their minds melted, right? And that was how the last issue ended, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they forgot things.
And along with them, I forgot that Walter was now part of the group. Like I'm
It's,
like, 'cause I
it's
remember
Gunther now. Actually, it's Gunther. That's a wrestling joke. Sorry, that's a wrestling joke. Never mind.
Gunther's just a
Oh,
funny
man.
name, so I laughed.
I thought it was a Friends reference.
Sure, it's all of those. It's classic.
But I was jarred because I'm like, wait, what's Walter doing there? Why is he in the mix? What's going on there? And I had to remember, like, oh wait, that's right. He removed he erased their minds, and something else happened. Now he's part of it for some reason.
Yeah, I forgot that he had joined the squad, actually. That's one point of confusion that I had where I was like, okay, that's obviously Walter, right? So what the hell is he doing with them? How does this make any sense? I wish they would have done a better job of like, I don't know. I struggle because I don't need books. I don't want books to hold my hand constantly. But I feel like if you're going to go on hiatus and you're going to be this kind of book, some amount of help would be nice.
Recap page.
I'm all
You don't
about
even-
it, dude. I'm 31. I got a lot of shit going on. I want a recap page.
You don't even need like a recap page. You just need a character page.
Anything.
feel like that-
However
that
you want to
alone
help
would
me,
work.
help
Yeah.
me.
Do they have that in the trade, Kel? Like, is there any kind of back matter that lists everyone and their code
Yes.
name or whatever? There is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Damn, I did it the right way.
I didn't look at it until I
okay.
got to the end. Because there were, there were a couple of people who stood out. But like most of the women, I couldn't remember because there's very little focus on who's who with little exception. You get the main girl, Ryan, who the series starts with, and she's not even the main girl.
Oh, the artist, right?
Yeah,
I just
the
remember her code
artist.
name.
Yeah. And then
Never see her
and then
again.
you have your several male characters, and they're different enough, but just barely.
I've forgotten that she and I haven't gone back to like read the last issue, but I didn't remember her getting put into like that black box where she's just trapped in. I don't remember that at all.
I don't
Me
think
neither.
they let you know that.
Yeah, I don't think we
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
That's part of what was for the reason for the forgetting.
Real quick, because I don't want to deal with like the whole YouTube call out thing. I know this exists. Okay, I know that this
Oh, yeah,
page at
that's
the
what's
end of the
in the-
book that is like a guide to the characters and it shows their name and it shows their sign. I know it. That's not the point. The point is that at the end of the book, right, when I've already been confused, is not when I need that, because I don't know that that's there until I turn the last page. I need that on the front. I
don't
need
even
that at
have
the
that.
beginning. Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have that. Tyler, do you have that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Put it up
that-
again, Sean, really quick.
Yeah.
Was that at the
Mine
end
just
of
goes
issue
straight to the
7?
Batman ads.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I just got the ads.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
I'm
an extra
holding up-
page or is that the back cover?
Oh, it's an extra page. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, step it up, DC. What the fuck?
Well, physical wins again. So, like,
Oh, huh.
despite
How did I
despite-
have that then? Must be in the trade.
despite all of that, I really enjoyed this issue. I've been sold on Nora as a character for a while, just because I feel like she's gotten the most development.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I really like Ryan. I mean, she's a redhead. It is what it is. But I liked. Go
That's
ahead.
not Ryan.
That's not Ryan. Who is that?
Ryan is the blue-haired one.
Oh, so who is this?
The accountant, Molly.
Molly. All right. Well, I like Molly. I'm sold on Molly.
Sound like Marco in his college years.
Hey.
And again, like these big scenes where the characters are just sitting around talking and sharing their ideas and stuff. I'm into all of that. I really am.
Dude, Alvarez Martino Bueno draws a great just like slice of life moment.
Yup.
And like body language is perfect. Everyone is distinct in the body language, like posture and everything. It's really amazing. I still have an issue with all the characters kind of looking similar. And Walter kind of stealing my summer fit was also a little offensive.
I was gonna say, dude, I felt like you became a character in the book.
Yeah, I was like, yo, am I in this? This is like a page master situation going on?
Yeah. So, I mean, Tyler, I know we've done a few of these together already.
Yeah.
Where are you at with this book?
I mean, I still think it's really good. I think it's great. Hearing Kale talk about his experience reading it in trade made me a little jealous because I feel like that's how I would prefer to read this kind of book. That's not to say it's not good. I think it's very good, and I think it even writes pretty well to the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hiatus kind of hurt me a little bit, not emotionally, just in terms of my comprehension of everything.
How
I'm strong, guys. I'm strong there.
is this a 12-issue series?
I believe so.
I feel like it's whatever it's gonna be. I don't know.
Okay.
I thought it was 12, no?
Maybe I'm bugging. It
My
doesn't
gut says
say.
the initial announcement might have said 12, but
It definitely
Yeah.
did. It definitely did at first.
I don't
but I think
trust anything to be anything at this point unless it's on the book itself that says out of whatever.
right. It's my pick of the week. I still say pull it. I do think that I was confused, and that sucks. It sucks to pick up a book that you enjoy and not understand what's going on. But I trust the creative team over the course of these 6 issues to continue to impress. They're doing things better than they did before. Like, for example, we didn't have that silly like text page. Like they could have presented Nora's experience that way. I'm so glad they didn't. I hope they never do that again. I really like this. The way they. I mean, it was unique, but
The transcripts and the instant message stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't like that, do not read Tinian's Department of Truth, which is probably one of my top 3 favorite current books on the stands, but he relies heavily on that for a whole arc. So
yeah, I don't know. Even then, like for that kind of book, because I read the first issue, for that kind of book, maybe it makes more sense. For this one, it's just like, oh my god.
yeah, there's literally a whole arc that's a Bigfoot arc, and the most of the book is the ramblings of a madman in like a coffee stained notebook, and you just read that with drawings on it and stuff. It's really interesting, but yeah,
I dig
it's,
that.
Actually sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a book down your alley. They're doing Mothman stuff right now.
Okay, I'm in.
I wanted to shout out the colors. Jordi Belair is absolute like fire on this. She always fires on all cylinders, and this is no exception. Page 20, where Walter is talking to, I'm forgetting his name. Yeah, I'm forgetting his name. I think when he's talking to Ryan, and we just have like these colors of like yellow against blue, and it's just really well done. These contrasts, and usually you'll have like these primary colors for these, or you won't have these kind of primary colors. You'll have like highlights, like your greens and your off purples and stuff. But the way he uses the blue and yellow, or she uses blue and yellow, works really well. And
That's Reg, by the way.
that's a Reg. There you go. See?
He didn't want to say the black guy. That's what happened there.
So you just threw a name out there.
No, he says, and this page it says Ryan, so I just thought that was Ryan.
This is
Everybody
the
in
issue
this
that I've
book
had
is
with
Ryan.
this series. I've had this issue with this book the entirety that we've read it, and every time we talk about it, we get names mixed up.
Yeah.
Which I think is proof that that is probably the biggest issue with it. For a very good book, that is the biggest issue. And also,
Go ahead.
they're all kind of really boring names. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Like on Lost, you had
Sawyer.
Sawyer, Saeed, right? Locke, like the people, Desmond, the people had names.
They
that
almost
were
went
hard
too
to-
far in the other direction, Lost, but you know.
Oh, you mean as opposed to Jack and Kate?
Well, I think that was the point. I think they were supposed to be like, more generic, but
They were supposed to be like the biblical Adam and Eve. of that
Charlie.
world, yeah.
chart. Well, hey,
Not Penny though.
no spoilers, Marco. Yeah, I don't think that I want to like review this every month. But I wanted to get the return issue for sure.
I'm kind of in the same boat for this that I am in Saga, where I really enjoy it, and I enjoy it in a very specific way, or I think I would. I haven't read it in trade, and I think I would like it more in trade, but I still want to read it every
a
month.
lot more accessible.
If anyone in chat is reading this, how do you feel about Nice House? I'm real curious. Whether you're in chat or you're listening to this later or whatever.
There
I
might
want
be
to
two
know.
nice houses coming up too. There might be more than one house. We might have to have a sequel here. Nice houses. On the lake.
Nice antenna on the lake.
Sean, you're muted.
Thank you.
Oh, can you hear me? Did you guys
Yeah,
hear
you're
my Dawson's Creek joke?
Nope.
No, no, tell us, say it.
I don't want to wait. Did I do that one right?
You did.
That was good. That
Oh,
was good.
yes.
All right. Well, so pull or pass, or trade weight.
Trade weight. If you do not pull this, if you ever read this series, you will don't do
I think
this.
that's fair.
Don't do that to yourself.
Okay. Well, let's think about it like this. Would you, now that you've bought the trade, would you buy it issue by issue, or will you wait for the next trade?
I'll wait. I'm mad I had to get the trade for this one. I'm glad I did, but I grabbed that physical trade, boys. It's worth it.
There you
Okay.
go. All right.
I'm gonna pull
And they
it.
put out that trade quick.
Good.
Like it came out the
6
same day as the
issues.
new issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like traditionally DC is a little slower on that. I might be wrong.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Better get
Matt.
that James Tinian money. Are you kidding me? My man's hot.
Matt in chat says he dipped at number 2 until it's done. You know what, Matt? That might be the good move.
Yeah, I think you
feel
smelled
that.
something good coming, so you're like, all right, I'll wait till it's finished. Smart. True.
Generally a
veteran
good
right
move.
there.
Let's talk about Rogue Sun number 1.
Oh, boy.
So we have
YouTube
Ryan
comments gonna
Parrott.
come after us for this one. Let's get to it.
Oh boy. We have Ryan Parrott, Abel on art, Chris O'Halloran on colors. Becca Carey did the letters.
Quick
yeah.
TLDR. You guys did Supermassive last week, right?
Yeah.
See,
What was the very quick overall feeling on it?
It was that we both liked it. We thought that it was punchy. It had really great art, and the battles were cool. The kaiju stuff, it all felt good. but I said that I wasn't necessarily sold on the overall vision for the Radiant world. And I think Tyler's a little bit more into it than I am.
And we also spun a false narrative to push our own agenda on the creation of the Radiant Black universe. Yeah.
Oh, is that?
I may or may not address that on the main show, but there are some true assholes.
We've got some Radiant randos after us. For,
is that like the true believers of this show? It's the true assholes of this show.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? Like, I don't think I enjoyed this more than Supermassive. In fact, I think I probably enjoyed it quite a bit less.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ryan Parrott is very competent. And he had a run with Power Rangers that, by all accounts, was good. Kale can speak to that better than I probably can. But this was so paint by numbers for me.
Yeah.
That it was hard. I don't know. Like, sometimes when a comic is too linear, you can be like, all right, well, hey, there's promise here. But this hit every beat that I expected down to the last reveal at the end. I was like, well, so what's the draw? Like, I know everything.
This felt like very much, superhero comics 101, except now we have it with Image. So like, come check it out because we're building this universe.
Right.
And you know what? That might work. That might work, but I don't know that for comics readers, superhero comics readers that do so regularly, I don't know that this is enough for them. And if that's the audience they're trying to court, I don't know.
Marco,
It might be a long shot.
People still buy Spawn. I think they're.
But that's Spawn. Right. That's a Spawn. People are Spawn people.
You don't need to put your whole brain into a comic for it to sell. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm shitting on people. I'm not trying to. I just.
Wow, Tyler.
Shout out
to
to
some angry Spawn fanatics.
Shout out to the Spawn fans.
And you know what? We gonna let them have you.
I'm outnumbered here. I'm outnumbered here. So
I stand with the Spawn freaks, dude. I'm on board.
You might be surprised
fully.
about something I say later on. So let's.
Okay.
This felt like early Invincible to me, and not in the good way. This felt like, Marco, was saying this is Comics 101. This feels like Comics 101, but 30 years late to me. Like, I felt like I've written this in high school, in my own notebooks, like
a term paper.
And stuff, like I'm getting myself, trying to figure out what a story is. It felt like Sean said, so paint by numbers. It's just like, what's here?
This for superhero comics, this feels like the turn where postmodern superheroes becomes modern. Like, it is literally like, it starts off with like, oh, who's going to be the new Rogue Sun? Is it going to be, if this was Spider-Man, it would have been the bullied kid. But because it's modern day, I'm like, oh, I know it's going to be the fucking bully. I was hoping they would then swerve us again and it would be the bullied kid. You know what I mean? Like, we turn in the whole other direction because we're not doing the paint by numbers thing anymore.
In fucking Supermassive, Rogue Sun was the asshole. So of course in Rogue Sun, the bully is going to be the the son.
Yeah, I also had an issue there. We got introduced to a whole character in Supermassive and spent a decent amount of time with him on a little road trip, and he just gets mostly written off in this. He kind of shows up at the end, but
was it the same character? Was that revealed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Shenron out here defending the Spawn fans. Spawn fans are built different. They're its own thing.
Oh, I agree.
You know what?
I agree.
Absolutely.
No, Shenron, you're completely right.
You should see Savage Dragon fans. Oof.
So like, first of all, I want to say, because I read the back matter, and Ryan Parrott, talks about how he always wanted to write an Image comic book, and like, this is his dream and stuff. And that resonates with me so much. I think that's so cool that he got to live his dream, and like, this is the story that he's always wanted to tell. that's obvious though, right? Like it's obvious that this is the story you've always wanted to tell because it feels like a story that someone kind of came up with at a much earlier time in their life and their career. And so what I'm really looking for to make this a book worth coming back to is like, okay, I see the premise. That's from when you were, you know, a young person. What's the added bit that you're going to pepper this with that came from your experiences in your life? You know, that came from your experiences as an adult, as a writer. What are you going to bring that's new? Because this feels like just another flavor of Radiant Black. And like, I guess that's cool for people who are like in love with Radiant Black, but Radiant Black is doing that style better than this. So what reason would I have to keep up with a character who's unlikable in a story that's really generic when Radiant Black is doing a similar thing already? That's kind of how I feel. In the most, like, in the least disrespectful way possible. I really don't mean any rudeness. That's just how I feel about it right now.
I'll give this two things. I really like the Able art. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially those scenes where it's like late night New Orleans, you know, street, and like there's this like kind of graininess over people that I enjoyed. And I like that it is set in New Orleans because I don't think I've ever seen a superhero comic really set in New Orleans as a place. So I think that's bucking the trend there a bit, which I enjoy.
Someone needs to read Swamp Thing. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm saying
Hawkman.
superhero, dude. I don't consider that. Wait, Hawkman was set in New Orleans?
Yeah. I don't know about the new stuff, but older Hawkman is set in New Orleans because he's
Read
got
some comics, Tyler.
Gentleman Ghost.
Sorry, I'm a fake geek guy. Can't help it.
What so when I was it when Suave came in, the villain, bro, I could not get out of my head the the bad guy from Princess Bride, Bettini. What's the actor's name?
The short guy?
Yeah, the bald dude.
William Shawn.
Is that his name?
I think so.
Shaw?
That's all I was hearing in my head.
Yeah. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That's an
Well, then
interesting
allow me
voice
to
hear.
introduce myself. You know, that kind of shit. He's just like
This is a Pixar movie?
he just looked like a
Wallace
I don't know,
Shaw.
kind of
Wallace
cheesy
Shaw.
villain.
Yeah, Kefis is right. Wallace Shaw.
Wallace Shawn. Yep.
That's what this guy reminded me of.
The art you mentioned is real good. I agree. I did want to show off the splash page where, you know,
Glare
this
free.
kid- yeah, glare free. Thank you. Where Rogue Sun morphs. That's pretty cool.
I do like that shtick for the Radiant Black books where they have like a magical girl transformation scene, you know, like
Oh, man.
double page splash.
You would love Common Rider.
Maybe
That's
one
half
day.
an episode right there.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say that if you are into the Radiant stuff, you'll pull it anyway. You don't need my recommendation. For everybody else, this is very much a wait and see. I don't think that there was enough here that's special to say like, yeah, you gotta grab this. That's just my honest feeling.
Yeah, I would be a lot more interested to see what Parrot does down the line with the magic angle, because that sort of seems like the type of character Rogue Sun seems to be, you know, sort of in the magic realm of archetype. You know, if he does something different there, that'll be really cool. But right now I'm not feeling it.
That was cool. That was the coolest part of the book, I thought, was that initial fight between Rogue Sun, the progenitor, versus that other dude. That looked really cool. I wanted to see more of that, but obviously that's not the point. So I'm sure that the new Rogue Sun will get to fight that guy later and win, whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, I would say, you know, wait and see. Trade weighted at best.
I do think the design of Rogue Sun looks like everything some young boy drew in his notebook. You know, like, oh, this is the superhero suit I want to make. It's just like a little edgy. It looks like I feel like I've drawn this somewhere. Not well, but you know, just the idea of it.
And an Iron Man Spawn knockoff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch. Pull, pass, trade weight.
Yeah, I'd say pass.
Yeah, honestly,
Pass.
probably pass. Unless you're
All right.
into this radiant stuff, go for it. But otherwise, I don't know.
All right, so let's talk about Strange number one. And I'm going to I think this should be called Strange because this is not just Doctor Strange. This is Doctor Strange with an accent over it. This is Doctor Strange with an edge. And I really enjoyed aspects of this book quite a bit. So this is Jed McKay, Marcelo Ferreira, Don Ho with Roberto Poggi on inks, Juan Cardaglia, and Felipe Sorbero on colors, and Corey Pettit on letters. I did not expect to enjoy this.
Really?
Strange.
Yeah, I'm
Strange,
just cracking up
yes.
at seeing Kale's face try to still work through this Strange thing.
Yeah, man. Yep. You never seen shit, what's that movie called? Boomerang, I think it is, with Eddie Murphy, where he encounters a woman named Strange.
No.
All right, well,
Strange.
check it
The
out.
only
bro.
Eddie Murphy movie I've ever seen was Norbit. That's actually the only movie I've ever seen.
What? Wait,
Yep.
you've never hold on, dude.
I've never seen any other movie besides Norbit.
Beverly Hills Cop.
No, I'm saying in general, no other movie I've seen besides Norbit. That's the only one I've seen. Yes, Sean, I've seen plenty of Eddie Murphy movies.
He's being a scamp.
Oh, okay.
Being a little rascal.
Yeah, so I mean, like the way it opens is really cool with this crazy, villain called the Harvestmen that she's fighting with. That was cool. We know what her mission statement is from the first page. She's trying to resurrect Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I dig that. I didn't care for the interaction with Doctor Doom. I hate it when Marvel allows their villains to be like jobbed out.
Did you read Death of Doctor Strange? Did you finish that?
No.
Okay, this carries over from some of that.
I bet. But the fact that he like came to the door and was like just gonna straight up knock, which he did, and then just gets barked down, I'm like, I feel like he'd have a plan.
A woman is Doom's downfall every single time, though.
Yeah.
The dude has horrible mommy issues. So if anyone could beat him, it's any strong woman. Which I like how that's just a thread that just follows Doom throughout his whole trajectory.
I guess. You got beat by yelling.
Listen, I'll let a strong woman knock me down any day.
I have a high degree of certainty that is very true and probably plays into your sex life. Now, enough about you. I really like the scene where she just destroys those guys in like the that evil market, that magic market. That was awesome.
Well, the cartel.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Go on, Tyler.
I don't like that. Like it, I get it. She's from the dark dimension. She's a little different. She's built differently.
Yeah. Literally, dude.
So of course she's going to do things a little different than Stephen Strange does. Stephen Strange does not let people die. He finds a way to, he just puts them in a different dimension somewhere and fucks up that dimension because he doesn't care about any other dimension. I had an issue with Wong just being drunk and okay with it. That was my issue with it. I think it worked for who Clea is. But the main supporting character, and even Bats doesn't even comment on it. Just being like, yeah, I guess that's what you do. Not gonna fight that one. I thought that was a little weird. Wong's usually, especially in the comics, a little more of a voice of reason. So,
I think Doctor Strange is dead, my man.
Yeah, doesn't he?
All the rules are out the window.
Doesn't he object at some point?
Yeah, he's upset about it, but then just keeps going along. I don't know. I just felt like it was a little brushed under the rug, a little too quickly for my taste. I don't know.
I mean,
he didn't object strongly enough.
Sure. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I would put up your same argument with Dr. Doom. Listen, she say whatever she wants. Yes, ma'am.
I like the effort that Jed put into showing us that this is not just like a woman Doctor Strange. Like she has her own identity, she has her own way of dealing with problems. I really like that stuff. She's got a more of an edge to her, which is not what I expected at all when I picked this up. So there were a lot of surprises for me. Again, I didn't finish Death of Doctor Strange, so it's possible that, and Marco, hopefully you can speak to this more. It's possible that none of that was a surprise as far as who she is. But yeah, out the gate, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, some of that definitely carries over with her character, like where she's at with the past Doctor Strange. Kefis, I know you're in the chat. Would love to hear your thoughts because I know you were reading along with me, and that stuff was a lot of fun. Like the carryover of Jed McKay into this, seamless. It feels like this is him just moving into the next arc, and it all kind of flowed very well together from that little mini to this. And yeah, her character stays true. Like he has elements of drama that come in with Doctor Doom at the start, then the action sequences, and then ends with a setup for the next issue. This was a tight issue for me. This was pick of the week.
Nice.
If Nice House hadn't come out this week, I would have picked this. I had a really great time with this. I really enjoyed Clea and her for a character that I don't know. I know exactly who she is and what she's out to do. And I mean, I don't know like what she is, but like I have a strong enough idea that I'm also excited to find out down the line, or even go back in history or at minimum Wikipedia and find out.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I didn't like is, some of the stuff with Wong I wasn't in love with.
Did it rub you the wrong way?
Oh my god! Radio edit. We got to put a Benoit over that. It's just I don't like it when Wong is just like a follower in general. Like I like how in the movies he's Doctor Strange's like partner, like he's his friend, and they work together, and he has powers and he can do stuff in his own right. Whereas here, it just felt like he was following her around. But also the art I thought was inconsistent. Like there are panels where Clea's like, the hottest thing on two legs, and then she looks like her own grandmother on other pages, and it'll be the very next panel, and so I didn't love that.
She gets big forehead moments. Yeah.
But more often than not, the art is really good, and the sequence in that market is crazy. Like I'm holding it up for you guys on YouTube right now, but like Clea's display of her powers in this issue is awesome. You would never see Doctor Strange do anything like that.
She straight up slurped that demon up.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, here's a splash page for no reason, which I liked it. But
all right, so Tyler, I gather that you didn't really love this too much.
I was lukewarm to it. It was all right.
All right. You're a Jed guy. You like Jed McKay, right?
I do like. So I liked Clea in this. I think Jed McKay writes very good, strong female characters that are distinct too. Like he's been doing Black Cat, which is every issue I've read of that has been really, really good.
Right.
I think he even wrote the Mary Jane Black Cat issue of one of those Spider-Man Beyond issues or whatever.
Sounds right.
Is it the one that Black Cat said something to the effect of dump truck ass or something?
Yeah, he managed to write dump truck ass in a Marvel comic, which honestly,
Twitter bio
in and of
stuff.
Itself. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was all right. It kind of just feels like a placeholder, and I hate to say that, but it like for what, like as soon as June Solicits came out and we don't have a main Doctor Strange book, which is a little weird again for timing with their whole movie coming out. I don't know.
5 years ago, 5 years ago, that sentence would have been insane. At June Solicits and we don't have a Doctor Strange book.
Got me there.
Pull it.
Yeah, absolutely. Pull it.
Pull it. And if you want to catch up, read Death of Doctor Strange. It's good stuff.
I do recommend that. That trade should be out soon too. So
Jed McKay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same art, but it is Jen McCain. He does good
It's a
stuff.
different artist, yeah.
Fuck, I might.
All right. Well, that does it for our reviews, but that's not the end of the show because we do have Comics Tag, the return of Comics Tag. Thank you, Marco. But we're gonna reset back to Tyler's pick because of reasons. So Tyler gets to pick again. Take it away, dude.
So Marco actually gets to read a comic next week.
Oh,
As punishment.
Oh,
It might be. It might be. I don't even
We'll
know
see.
what I'm getting you into right now. It's just one issue, but it comes out next week. I want you to check out. Oh, is my slide not showing up? Oh shit! Hold on.
Please don't
I'm
give
gonna
me
do this on
Ant.
the- Oh, it's Ant.
Oh God.
Oh God.
You son
Ant
of a
number
bitch.
3. Where's my freaking slide? Is it not here?
I read the
Okay,
first
the
issue of
slide,
that.
The slide's busted. Yeah, Ant number 3, the Spawn crossover issue
Fine.
by Eric Larson.
Can you tell how excited I am for it?
What I wanted, Matt asked me to read it, and I figured I just
Bring
delegate
someone
that.
along.
You should make him read issue 1 and 3.
You said you already read one. Right?
I think I read one.
Oh, okay.
For when because we covered it. I don't think I was on that one, but I read it for that. I'd have to catch up to 2 then.
There you go. Read 2 and
Do
3.
you?
All right.
Do you have to?
Wow.
There you go. You know what?
If you decide you want to do that, that's on you.
Punish
But
myself.
I'm just saying, just check out 3.
I'll punish myself. Thank you very much.
You could have been reading Aquaman. So sweaty underwater multicultural men.
You can't.
You could have been reading that. Now you're stuck reading.
Dude,
They're not
sweaty?
multicultural. They're all from Atlantis.
can you?
It's a monoculture,
Yeah,
I think,
all right.
down there.
Technically, yeah, all right, fine.
Do
Whatever.
you sweat underwater?
Listen, dude,
I
I,
do.
don't know,
I'm
but every
struggling.
time I see these dudes on a cover, they're standing on rocks and they're wet.
Well, yeah, they're from the ocean.
All right. Well, if you're telling me that they just got out of the water every single time, that's
Sean,
fine.
I gotta let you know something.
Hmm.
Well, when you go in the water, you get wet.
I know. I'm just saying.
Maybe
every
not
time.
Aquaman. Well,
They're-
maybe Aquaman. Maybe he has like ducks are like waterproof and stuff.
They're resistant, not proof. I don't think.
You think Aquaman's never sweat from a fight? Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, on land,
Underwater?
Yeah. In land, on land. Or maybe
That's
even in
different.
water. I don't know.
That's
I'm
He
just
might
different.
be
saying.
sweating. He might be sweating in certain parts because there are
Listen.
some parts that are still with clothes on it. You know.
I'm sweating talking about sweaty Aquaman. So
Did you read Aquaman, Tyler?
Of course not. No, I heard Marco was going to make the show. I didn't
All
read
right.
it.
I have read at least Jeff Johns' Aquaman, and I guarantee you there were times where my man Arthur was sweating.
yum.
That's
Was
all
he
I'm saying.
underwater?
He
or was he on land?
Darkseid
On
on
land.
Apocalypse with that.
On land.
Okay. I
How
agree. He
close
sweats
to
on
the
land.
water was he?
He was fighting bad guys. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Maybe the sweat's a good thing, especially if he's tag teaming with Mira, because she can then control that sweat, right? She has water manipulation. So maybe it's
Yeah.
like an unlimited resource for Mira.
I'm not.
Do you think she
I'm
can
not-
control other liquids? Let's go with Pal's polls this week.
Oh God.
I think that would be too spunky.
What?
All right, Pal's polls. First up, we have Sean with the X deaths of Wolverine number 4.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm supposed to talk about this now. No, X Deaths, I'm on record as saying I think this has been really phenomenal. We have 2 issues to go, and I think that X Deaths is pretty clear in terms of like what it is heading towards, in terms of what the story is now that the team's assembled. And the last issue was a ton of fun for anybody who missed out. So I'm really looking forward to this. To me, they haven't missed with any of these issues, and I can't wait for the next one.
You also had Devil's Reign number 5 of 6.
Another series that's just been an absolute banger. Like Chip Zdarsky is a revelation on this book. We've got Marco Cicchetto, who's also incredible. I don't think that I could have asked for much more than this, other than it be a more sprawling event. It's perfect in every other way, other than there's not more of it. So yeah, I can't wait for that either.
You're right, Sean. It should have been a bigger event because then I would have won the point.
Oh, you
still debate
chose
that.
Chip Zdarsky?
Mhm.
You really
Remember?
did?
Yeah, remember last year, and then the condition put on was that it could not be a Daredevil only event.
This is not that.
Devil's Reign.
Yeah, this is not a Daredevil only event.
It's Daredevil centric.
Eh,
It's
he's not
fucking-
even. I feel like he's not even the primary hero.
Yeah, it's Diet Civil War.
I should retroactively get that point then.
That's not how that works.
How did he say
It will never not bother me that Miles Morales' shitty costume is on this, and it's not Peter Parker on that. It's like knowing that Thor in Infinity Gauntlet is not Thor; it's Eric Masterson. Like, it's just.
Well, what about
bugs
Civil
me.
War? They're just doing Civil War with Daredevil. Remember how he wasn't Daredevil, or how it wasn't Matt Murdock? It was Danny Rand.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah, they're just
because
let
he
go.
was okay. Yeah,
I think with the Spider-Man you can get away with it because it looks just enough like Peter Parker's costume, but that Miles costume has got to go.
Here's the thing: I like it, but I just like the original Miles costume more.
Yeah,
It looks like
I
somebody's
think I agree.
Tumblr spider Sona. Like that. No offense.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, like it's a cool design, but it's not.
sure. Yeah.
You know,
How far apart is that from a fursona?
I don't know, Sean. What do you think?
I wouldn't know anything about that, dude. You're asking the wrong person, man.
All right. I had Punisher #1 by Jason Aaron and Jesus Saez,
Oh,
who might apparently shows up in a book that came out this week. But this is the Punisher who works for the Hand now, and he's going to be
that's
changing up
right.
his logo a bit. So it means all those NYPD cop cars got to change their decals, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about Captain Carter #1. This is a Jamie McKelvey written book, which I think is pretty interesting.
That
Yeah.
cover, though.
I'm really interested in that. That's primarily why I'm excited about this one. I love the team of Gillen and McKelvey, and I'm very excited to see McKelvey split off and do his own thing. I've been following him for a long time, and I know he's got some cool ideas, and the pedigree to back him up. If he's in trouble or whatever. So, I'm here for this. I'm less excited about the Captain Carter. I to be honest, don't care that much about it, but I am excited to see what McKelvey is trying to do.
McKelvey's writing this.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
That's a McKelvey cover, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Doing covers as well. Yeah.
cool.
And Marco, you had a book on here that doesn't want to be on my slides. Apache Delivery Service. I don't know why my slides are acting funny today.
Let's go. Apache Delivery Service. Tyler Jenkins, Matt Kint. It's the team. It's my team. That's it. I'll pick it up if I read it. Sorry, if they put a book out, I'm gonna pick it up. That's it, guaranteed.
Did you read the second one?
I did. Yes. Yeah.
Did you like it more than the first?
I did. It's starting to move a bit more. Like it's giving us more of a focus as to what we're trying to do. So yeah, I liked it, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Sweet.
And you also had Little Monsters #1 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen.
Yeah, another book. This is his first book that will be coming out with him being exclusive to Image. And so excited for that. Him and Dustin Nguyen have been collaborating for a few years now. Descender, Ascender, that stuff's beautiful. And I love Dustin Nguyen's art. Actually, they just collaborated on the Batman and Robin. And that was, phenomenal. So for me, this is an absolute, grab. And if he's doing horror stuff, I'm there.
And
Awesome.
then to round it out, we had, it's a little out of order, but Kale wanted to give a shout out to some Lobster Johnson omnibus coming out.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time since I've shouted out Lobster Johnson, my favorite comic book within a comic book turned into a real comic book. Lobster Johnson is a pulp hero in the Hellboy universe. If you don't know anything about Hellboy, you don't have to. It follows its own, continuity or whatever, barely. They're pulpy noir adventures of this guy themed after a Mexican wrestler, and they're rad.
It's fucking cool.
Margo,
Yeah.
what's Spanish for a lobster? I know.
Langosta.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Was that his name?
Juan Langosta.
Juan.
I think it's my accountant.
Langosta Johnson.
Did you ask that for a specific reason, Tyler? Are you angling somewhere?
I thought it was.
Did you expect a different word?
I don't know. I thought once you'd say it, I'd come up with something, but I underestimated myself or overestimated myself. So
Fair enough. Cool. So that is going to do it for us today on Pals Pulls. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening. Once again, I do want to remind you that every single Wednesday here on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Comics Pals, we do go live for this very show. Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern for the main show. We are going to have the Batman review live on Monday, so definitely do check that out. That won't be streamed, so you'll have to watch it on YouTube or catch it on podcast hosting platforms. Make sure that you guys are leaving us a like, a rating, a review, wherever it is that you listen to us. YouTube.com/the Comics Pals to subscribe for free. Make sure you like the video as well. Helps us out a ton. Join our Discord server if you want to hang out with us. Thank you so much for everybody that joined us live or watched us down the road. Until next week, take care, guys.
See you next week.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. I bought the wrong ant. I bought the original Italian one by Mario Gully, and I'm supposed to buy the one from Eric Larson. God damn it.
Nag. Oh.
all right, I'm keeping that in the episode. By the way, this is where it's ending right here.
That's perfect.